Hello collective, welcome back to the channel. We are here to bring you another read, a clarification, a validation, a message from spirit, maybe a healing as well. You take what resonates, what doesn't is not for you. We are always here to help you grow, expand, bring clarity, bring you into alignment, okay? Reverse roles and genders. And for those of you who asked, we had a wonderful, wonderful workshop. The only in the new location, but the only issue was everybody was so content. They're like, I'm content just being here because it's such an amazing energy here. So I was like, no, we have to work. We have to do some work. And they're like, I just feel like I'm in another world and I feel so content and relaxed. So it was our aim in the end, but I had to kind of rattle them a few times to get going. So, all right, collective, one of the messages that came in was about, so let's do that one while I'm waiting for my downloads from spirit. Let's see what one of the questions was. So let's find out about where you are. Let's find out about where the other person you are thinking or inquiring about is. Let's have a look. So, all right, let's get some cards out. So we've got the Ace of Cups, new beginnings, overflowing abundance. This is you, collective. You're looking back, but these people's backs are turned. Now, what I'm getting here is you are a person who is you're quite optimistic. You're quite loving. You bring energy, you bring abundance, you bring optimism, you bring flow, you bring a feeling of renewal, refreshing like energy into connections. But unfortunately, you feel like you may deal with people who, look, we could go reject, abandon, turn their backs, don't see you, don't value you, you feel that, walk away, ghost you, you know, whatever. So you're actually wondering, okay? Oh, we had one that fell on the floor. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. You're actually very stable, very loving, giving, hardworking. You're left in the unknown, or things don't come into reality for you. You're just quite perplexed about this, and we're going to get the healing aspect. We're going to get the bottom belief so you can do some healing at the end of this reading. So bear with me through the negativity. This is getting somewhere, and we'll give you an epiphany to a healing that you need to do. Because that's what the readings are to do right now. Yeah, left out in the cold, Five of Pentacles. So you come in with this beautiful, you're creative, you're inspirational, you're light, you're peace with the dove. You give people time. We have a little clock up here. You give more, you give abundantly, so people grow. You know, the Ace is like a fresh new beginning. You bring emotion, you bring empathy with the water, you bring a hand of support. You are peaceful, you bring peace, you bring clarity. You bring clarity to people, you bring wisdom, you bring your wisdom in a nurturing way. You bring loyalty, absolute loyalty here. You are selfless in your giving. You give perspectives, you give energetic protection here, because see how the hand that's giving is got this overflowing energy here around the hand, right? So you're a person that's very stable, very secure. You show people loyalty, you're steady. You build real friendships, real foundations, true foundations, quite long lasting, connections with people. You're incredibly solid. That's what people get from you, in what you are, who you are, what you've built. You're in your integrity. You bring stability to people, as in a support, and a solidness in who you are and what you can and cannot deliver. You create safety and trust in people, or people feel this warmth and trust in you. You're a constant. You bring light. You understand. And you have a wisdom behind understanding. You're a constant. You're healing. You give time. You actually bring harmony and balance to people. But you will give and help them focus. You'll give them direction. You're kind of a person that comes in and teaches from that wisdom what matters, a new perspective, what compromise is, what true, genuine connection is, and how to prioritize it, how to see it, how to build it. You're kind of future, build, real. You feel home to people. A friendly, true loyalty does lie in you, as in with them, but also within who you are. So if you're going to tell a truth, you're going to tell a truth. And it's never from malice. It's not from to hurt them. It's you, okay. Even if you have to bring a negative truth, it is to help that person, build that person, grow that person. Your intentions are actually pure and genuine. You come in with a giving hand to help grow, build, whatever, for you, for them, or for them. Okay? Like you will do that. That is your absolute, you're genuine. All you get is this walking away. We've talked about it before. Stick with me on the negative side. You are solid. You are warm, you are nurturing, you are giving. You bring home to the home. The feeling, the warmth, the nurture, the care, the understanding, the focus, the clarity. Okay? You really do bring a practicality, like a peace. You bring safety and trust over time as well. Like you're someone who'll put up with someone for a long time. Whether you're getting something from them or not, you show up as a genuine person. Whether they've done you dirty or not, you will show up as a genuine person, right? But look what you get. Nothing in reality. 5 of Pentacles. You're the one that they'll take for granted. You're the one that they'll leave behind. We're going to get to the healing. You're the one that they forget about. You're the one that they, can't bring anything back or in reality with or choose or whatever. All right, you get my drift. All right, that's you. We'll just pop you over there for a little time out. The person that you're thinking about, star card, manifesting, very fast moving, passionate, dynamic, kind of out there in the 5 of Pentacles, moon, illusion, delusion. They're looking into things and they're having to defend themselves right now. They're in the Hangman and now they're experiencing nothing coming into reality. So, okay, so this person's now having to go through a karmic lesson here. Okay, so this person wants to come in and be treated like the star. They want you, like they manifested you. You are the star. They want the star. They want to be the star, whatever it is, right? There's a lot going on here. So let me unpack it and then we'll get to the bottom of belief so that you can heal it. Or look into it, healing. Look into it in a different perspective. So let's get one more card here, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I've got it. This is why you end up, so you are absolutely attracting your opposite. So this person wants to come in and be seen and treated as the star, as the blessing, as the hero, as this. So they're coming in at high velocity, high speed, all right? They want to be secretive, create illusions and delusions. They want you to fix, transcend, heal their issues. They're very focused on what they can get from a situation. Okay, and once they feel they don't, they're looking for the other situation. They're very defensive, or they have a lot, I feel like this person becomes nearly attacking of you. So this is a person with the magnifying glass here. You know, this is a person who's quite judgmental, quite critical, looks over you, you know, like one thing wrong, like, you know, that day they didn't look so great. Or, oh, they were kind of in this, they made one little mistake. You know, they're like this, the hangman. They don't see things correctly. They're not in alignment. They're very one-track minded. That could be self-fulfilling, okay? All of their motivations, passions, desires. This is a strategic person. This is a planner. And you know, they may have lots of options, but this is no follow through to me. So look at this. They want the 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of illusion and delusion. I don't think this person believes in karma or understands karma. How do you get a 10 of Pentacles without bringing anything into reality? How do you get a 10 of Pentacles having multiple options? How do you get a 10 of Pentacles by dreaming it and never taking action and never committing to it? How do you get a 10 of Pentacles if the grass is always greener? From this pile to this pile, collective, you attract your opposite. This is a person who runs on, how do I say this? External validation. So they will bring external validation and want external validation. You want internal validation and you bring internal validation. This person's on the chase, on the run for the next best thing. You're creating security, stability, a home, loyalty. They love chaos, drama, change, toxicity. I mean, you're loyal to building and a future. They want this, but they want to go about it without doing any of that. You're about fulfilling your needs and filling the cups of others and your own, of course. You have to fill your own to have this. Like choose self, choose peace, choose non-toxic behaviors, have boundaries, people, places, situations. They do the complete opposite. The more the merrier, the open doors, the no boundaries, you know, the partying, the smexing, the chaos, the excitement, the quick, fulfilling desires being met instantaneously. You're more showing longevity, a dedication, like a slow build, you know, it takes a long journey to build a business, a solid, secure, a home. You feed it, you nurture it. This person's looking for it anywhere and everywhere. It's just, it's like there's extreme, one's self-fulfilling, one's self-giving, they're always looking for excitement elsewhere, the next best thing. They've got stability there, but they're not content. They're always defensive or, you know, trying to, I just think this person, okay, I've got it. I got a message then. Your dedication, your You have dedication to loyalty, security, stability, building, giving wisdom, growing in wisdom, stable, consistent, compromising, patience. Your loyalties to that, creating that. Their loyalty and their, okay, it's like this. You have an undying loyalty to this. They have an undying loyalty to toxicity, emptiness, shallow connections, self-fulfilling desires, instant gratifications. They have an undying loyalty to toxicity in people, places, and situations. And we're going to get to the healing of that and the bottom belief. Okay? We're not here to judge and that's a yes. This person's very egoic, nose in the air. It doesn't matter, I'll get it somewhere else. Next. This person's always on the chase of the thrill of the chase. Lovers, choices, triggered, inner outer conflict, confusion about their happiness, their contentment, wish fulfillment. But that's what they want. They're also now going through and realizing spirit, they're just so full of burden and conflict. Anyway, temperance means it's balancing out, as in the universe is balancing their energies out. It is karmic. The world card is showing them, anyway. They seem to feel like they're changing their ways. Let's just get a bit more info on this. So this person is they're being held up, or they don't move forward, or they're very slow. This is someone putting things on red, on hold way too long, way too slow. They are manifesting, they are planning, they're getting in their heart, their emotion, their alignment for their fulfillment, their 10 of Cups. So I think they have learned something here. Let's just clarify. Yeah, the High Priestess stepped in. Higher learning, the universe, they're learning some lessons. See, illusions and delusions around connection, how connection works, how loyalty, higher paths, higher purposes, higher commitments. This is the classic person that there's a lot of illusion, there's a lot of delusion, there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of secrets, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, there's a lot of hidden stuff, even them to them, okay? About connection. This is the type of person who wants to live or be loyal to incredibly toxic people, places, situations, lifestyle choices, but they want a high vibrational connection. This is a person who wants multiple options, is never settled and fulfilled, always in outer conflict. On to the next best thing, instantly to fulfill emptiness. So, they come in with aggressive intensity, the chase, the thrill, the conquest. It's all empty. This person's your classic rebounder. Just jumping on to the next best thing, having one on the go while I'm working out another one, ending something, starting something else. I'm starting something else, I've got another one in my back pocket. This person just runs. New pursuits, reckless energy, excitement is genuine connection for them. So this is why we've got the moon, all illusion, delusion. This person, it's very nighty energy. It's impulsive. It's thrill of the conquest, thrill of the chase. Intensity means intimacy. They've got it all, whereas you're the complete opposite. You're into sacredness, deep connection. You know that a higher connection means non-toxic. You know that a 10 of Pentacles doesn't mean third parties and options. It means you have to be content and building where you're building and putting your time, energy, and effort into what you're building. This person doesn't do that. They see their connections as the other. Okay. Oh, wow. So this person will run in and just see, this is what this is, recreate new scenarios that feel like high vibrational connections that are not, that end up empty. So they're not fulfilling. They are working out what a true sacred connection is, what true intimacy is. This person's running around trying to find what you gave them, what you showed them, what you showed was possible. They're trying to run around and find that everywhere and anywhere. Like it's replaceable. It's actually rare, special, and a sacred connection. So they can't tell the difference between karmic, like karmic as in toxic, and non-toxic. This can't, a fake to a real, this person can't, if they had a fake gem in their hand or a crystal and a real crystal, this person has trouble. So there's commitment issues, loyalty issues, integrity issues. You showed a genuine emotion. You showed them what a genuine, harmonious, peaceful, balanced life would be. With growth, with wisdom, with support, emotional contentment, how to get that, how to commit to that, how to build that. You showed them a love, or you show love to whoever or things that they write songs about. The feelings you bring out in people or show people. Just bring that light, is that better? Are feelings that come when you listen to songs. You would stick in their memory, in their heart. Unfortunately, you did not experience this from that person. You did for a while, and then you realize this person, you create trust. They create distrust. I mean, you got the complete opposite here. I can see this. You show different perspectives. You understand different perspectives. They have one perspective. The Hangman. They only see things one way. That foundation, third parties, soulmates, they want a 9 of Pentacles, or they thought they were building that. 9 of Swords, and can't see past their own blindfold. They're on a path, they're reevaluating, everything's working against them, everyone's not working with them, because this is shallow connections who are really only wanting from them. But that's kind of how they functioned, And now they're wondering why people are doing that to them. Anyway, so we're going to look at it. The Hermit, the faded wheel of change, wish fulfillment is now in the distance for this person. See, always looking for their ships to come in. There's always something better. What if I'm with a rare gem? What if I'm with a rare gem, a crystal, right? I've got one here. What if I'm with this rare gem? But what if there's another one? They can't see the sacredness in that. And someone said, there's only one of those in the world. But they have to go on the search, right? This is a person. So you give time, they gave absence. You gave patience, they couldn't give that to you. Whatever it is, just go the opposite. Yeah. Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, deception, always left in the distance, the unknown. You could have been ghosted, you know, endings, beginnings, then a new start. You're left up in your head. Now they're coming in to be the savior. Then they've left you with burden and the unknown and heartbroken, and you're the Queen of Pentacles. There you go. Meaning you're loving, caring, nurturing. You're a homemaker. You would nurture the family, run a business, go to work, take care of them, you know, justice. It's all coming now, right? And their offers are full of imbalance, unequal give and take, and Ten of Swords in people. Okay. So they saw you, King of Cups, as an Empress, divine intervention. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I get it. The divine has had to step in. Yep, okay, all right. Let's just, we get it. You bring stability, overflowing abundance. I'm just going to clarify and then we're going to get to the healing. You had to draw boundaries. You bring clarity. You want truth. You want clarity. You want fact. You don't trust now. You can't put your heart on your sleeve now. This person turned their back on you too many times. They put you on red. They put you on hold. They turned their back on you. They expected you to hang around and wait for them when they were off building with others, but expected you to be loyal, all of that type of thing. So you now have no trust in this person, and you have no, probably very little respect, because that's what they showed you, very little respect. You are on a very solid path, abundant path. The hand of the divine is putting, you know, you're I can tell you're on the good side or the positive side here of this path, right? But again, you had to go on your own into the unknown, not knowing anything. So it's nearly like, can you just take the high road? Can you just be graceful, gracious, and treat me graciously, that I did all that to you? You know, that's how I treated you. And you know, you were Empress energy, nurturing all those things, but I wanted to treat you like a side piece, whatever, a nothing, an unrarity, a dime a dozen, you know, but nobody else showed me what you showed me, but I'm going to put you in that category. It's a bit of a slap in the face. Bit more of a slap in the face. It's a bit of a spit in the face. This person was so determined to not see you and who you are, and the kindness and the graciousness and the love. It kind of irritated their demons. They kind of saw you as showing them up, but you were just being you. That's just who you were. You weren't showing off. You weren't being more than you were. That's just who you are. They couldn't handle that. They didn't like it. You brought light into their darkness. When people walk around thinking they're loyal, they're kind, they're committed, they're a good person, whatever, and then they actually truly meet someone who follows through and lives that and is that, it brings up resentment. Remember that. Anyone who doesn't have an issue with that would not be rejecting you, abandoning you, or being resentful of you with that. Okay, so there's one part of the healing I want you to just sit with. You can never be too kind, too loving, too nurturing. That's an energy, right? Your energy is also very, very protective. That's what this is. See the home, see the foundation, see relationship foundation, what you build, all you do is have this overflowing protection because you're protected by the divine. By the way, all your cards have yellow. All right, except for the ones that you don't receive back. And somehow these people want to work with you, pretend they're your friend and leave you out in the cold. So you're last on the list, you're taken for granted, put for later. Oh, that was nice, but you're not quite exciting enough. All of whatever your issue is, you will know. Okay, so your foundation, they're not foundation. They've kind of, I feel like they've lost any foundation they had with you. They ended up having a positive experience from you, like, oh my God, you're an amazing person. Oh my God, I didn't choose you. No matter how amazing you were, I didn't choose you. So here's another thing I'm going to say. If you handed them a lotto ticket, would they not choose it? No, they wouldn't. They would take the ticket. So don't fall for that, right? Oh, I'm not good enough for you. If you pick up something really good, would you throw it away? No, you wouldn't. It's cop out. It's excuses. And I can see here that everyone's over this person's excuses. Sometimes we get to a certain cycle, like when you've done it too many times, or age or stage, or, there's just so many cycles in this, or you've said of this person so terrible, but that's not what, is presenting. No one's believing this person anymore, or their excuses, or their victim, or their justifications. This person here reminds me of very Knight of Wands energy, male or female. And do you know what, Knight of Wands, this is the best way. This is the experience you would have with a Knight of Wands, with this type of energy. You know a sparkler that you light and it sparkles and you watch it and it burns down to there and it goes. You are so mesmerized. You are so intrigued. It is the best thing you've ever had. That is the restless, impulsive, manic excitement and action and aggressive intensity that they bring. And then, so think of a sparkler and you light it and you stare at it and you whiz it around and you just mesmerized by it, right? And then poof, it's out. And it's actually out. You can't relight it. It's out. This energy is a real rebound energy. You'll get the best time of your life and the worst. They'll walk away with great memories from you, great experiences, great growth, great epiphany, great evolution, great wisdom. And you walk away with destruction, betrayal, deceit, deception, lack, emptiness, exhaustion, just a waste of time, energy, effort. So why? We're going to get to the healing and I'll tell you why. Yep, now you have to be defensive. This is how they come in. And you got your sword up. You're like, yeah, you've done this before. This person will keep doing this over and over and over and over and over. This person looks at everyone as an instant gratification for their self-fulfilling needs to be met in the moment. The next best shine, so they hand everybody they meet a sparkler. Every single person you would talk to that this person's been involved with, whether it's work, love, connection, friendships, they hand them a sparkler. And that person has exactly the same experience. It's a light that burns out. that's their charm, that's their whatever with all people. So yeah, you're just happy to be independent, self-sufficient. You build everything on your own. You just want your peace. You're happy. Just, I don't need this toxicity. I don't need to be depleted. I can feel all of that. Doesn't mean you don't want it. I'm just going through this. You will get justice for this ghosting and taking. It's nearly like you've got programs around, I want you to be my everything, but I don't want to give you anything. Everything I want you to give me, and everything you give me, I can't give to you back. So we're going to get into the programs. See, you're just like, oh God, do I take, I don't know about moving forward, because literally, what am I going to get? More deceit, more deception. The Magician is trying to work it out, communication. So pages, the Ten of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands. Okay. The Ten of Swords. So you're kind of like, it doesn't matter who I get, who I trust. They communicate that they're a King of Pentacles, that they're going to stay, that they're going to dedicate, that they're going to build, that, you're it for me. Then I get a King of Wands who is kind of ruthlessly in pursuit of their own goals, their own needs. Like, they can be an opportunist, will kind of reach their own goals without looking at who they stomped on the way. And then they go, oh, but I got my end result, but look at the destruction along the way. That can be the King of Wands energy and the Ten of Swords. I mean, the Ten of Swords is brutal, complete defeat, finality, betrayal, rock bottom, devastation and defeat, and the old ways of you must end. It's a necessary ending. That's how you feel. That's how you end up. Every time you let these people in, they deceive you. So brace yourself. We had to get it all out on the table to get to the healing. Sun, clarity, illumination, breakthrough, healing, rise, like ready to release it. Go, aha, that is why. It's a yes, judgment day and fates to expand you beyond your current energy situation and bring you into wish fulfillment healing. You build on that, and you're now receiving after we get through this. And you're the Empress, and you are going to be adored, admired, nurtured, taken care of. People, someone who has empathy, compassion for your needs, your desires, your wants, who's protective, who's very loving and nurturing, right? They're coming in. That is your future. That is your karma. That is your balance. You don't see this coming in because of fear of the past. Coming in, the Chariot, you're going to get caught up in this, in the Lovers, and that's what you're so fearful about. So we're going to heal that today. Or you're going to heal it. And you're going to sit with it. Okay? And you're going to meditate, and you're going to release it. Oh, Spirit said, hello, Lisa. We have the healing card, and we have the divine intervention card, the Tower card, the divine stepping in, bringing you this message so that this Queen of Cups can release this Devil card that they do not deserve. You do not deserve this. Let's make this very clear. But why? Why are you attracting this? Okay, let's get into it. I can hear it. See? Death, rebirth, transformation, into confidence, and into your Ten of Pentacles. And that you've been in illusion about that. Okay. And attracting illusions and delusions. Attracting your opposite, right? So here it is. Sit with it. Bear with me. Get a pen. Get a paper. If you find that any of those situations or feelings you go, oh my God, this is just a repeat pattern. We're going to look at some things. Now, please elaborate, because I cannot just do a healing one-on-one. As in, I'm talking to a collective consciousness here. Many, many people with many, many programs and many, many situations. So reverse roles and use your logic a little bit on your own interpretation of your own experience, okay? Now you're going to write down, we're not here to blame, we're here to release. We're not here, you are the chain breaker. You are going to break free of this cycle or curse you're in. A curse is a cycle that keeps reoccurring, and sometimes we do it to ourselves. This is not about blame. This is about freedom, freeing yourself, okay, of anyone. We're not blaming anybody. We had to go through that and experience what we experienced this lifetime for a reason, okay, to learn. If you, I'll tell you now, your belief systems and your subconscious is set on your survival, your safety, how you have relationships and how you connect, okay? If you are attracting your opposite, if you are attracting people who expect you to be everything they're not willing to give, and they expect you to come across as this genuine, loyal, giving, loving person, but they don't want it. They want to come and go, but they want you to be loyal. You know, if you're getting this polar opposite, right? Or whatever, you work out, you get my drift, whatever your issue is. Unequal give and take, whatever. When you clearly are a very loving, caring, giving, nurturing person, because people will say, you know, they say you are what you attract what you are. Well, that's not the case. You will mirror in people or activate in people what is in your subconscious. So you might be you're like, oh, I don't do that to people. I'm loyal, I'm loving, I'm giving, I'm dedicated, and I'm attracting the opposite. I am literally receiving the opposite. That is not how this is supposed to work. So let me clear it up for you so you can set yourself free with an epiphany. If you were the black sheep of the family, if you were treated differently in the family to other siblings or whatever, we're not here to blame. Everybody has their own programming of survival and safety and how they were taught to have love and connections and relationships. If you came from hierarchy, someone's an authority figure, a boss. If you came from conflict within the family, if you were the black sheep, if you were the one that was blamed, if you were the one that was expected to do everything, if you were the one that was sacrificed, like, oh, my siblings got this and I didn't, or I had to, or whatever. If you were the one expected to, if you came from any types of neglect, being taken advantage of, expected to give with nothing in return, narcissistic tendencies in behaviors of parents, of upbringing, right? Where you were sacrificed or taken advantage of. Wait for it, sit down. Let's say you were bullied, or you were the one that got the blame for everything that went wrong in the family, or there was a lot of fighting or arguing, or like you kind of copped the brunt of the unhappiness in the parents' house, or in between parents if they were separated, whatever it is, right? You were the person picked to receive the abuse. Not consciously, unconsciously. For some reason. Whether you were giving, loving, caring, nurturing, whether you were the empath, whether you were the one that felt the guilt, the pain of the family, whatever it is, whether you were the supportive one, so you were the one they picked at, or the punching bag, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so here's your program, and it's a biggie. It'll change your life. When you get to the bottom of it and heal it properly, go and seek professional advice as well to get it cleaned up. But the epiphany is the aha moment. You will have programs around abuse, attracting your opposite, receiving the consequences of others' actions, being sacrificed, and or your abuser or the abuse line that you experienced or took advantage of you in whatever way, your kindness, your empathy, your ability to be there, whatever. So wherever they took advantage of you, or you were abused and taken advantage of, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, was your safe place and your home. And you grow up and you're picking these people, and these patterns keep occurring, and you're more attracted. So for this group, you're more attracted to toxicity, because where you were taken advantage of, or whatever line of abusive, emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual behavior, or you had to carry the responsibilities of that, or the obligations, or cop the unhappiness of the home or the household or the siblings or the parents, you were taken advantage of. So abuse feels home to you. Toxicity feels home to you. Familiar. You know how to navigate that. That you feel at home, as in, even if you're not happy and you're sitting there going, I don't like that. That's not true. I don't like sitting in this, but you're choosing it because it's familiar. And you do know how to have a relationship connect. You know how to navigate that. So if I put you into a peaceful, loving environment, it feels unfamiliar. It feels weird. It feels odd. I run back over here. They're the things you've got to look at. And you look at it in your own way, with love of self and others, understanding and higher wisdom. This is not attack. This is not a blame. This is not blame. This is you taking accountability and adult growth. The aha moment. Oh my God. All right. Over here, it's kind of the same, but in an opposite way. So you will attract people who expect more from you than they're willing to give, because you can honestly sit there and say, wow, really, truly, the abuse that I learned through growing up, and we all do learn abuse at some point. It's part of your learning, your growth, your wisdom, of your soul growth, right? I was sacrificed or taken advantage of, and that was my home and my safety. People, place, situations. That's how I learned to have connection and relationships. And I know how to hold that. I know how to maintain that. I know how to sustain that. I know how to make peaceful environments, and I know how to show people love. And it's the love that you wanted to get, or the treatment or the behavior that you wanted. You're giving what you actually would love people to give you. And your giving, or your natural kindness, became a purpose or a mission, or, kind of you became that for everyone, because that's how you learnt to bring peace to people, happiness to people, love, contentment, support to people. So we have to look deeply now into our programs, because you want to shift them. We are shifting right now. Clarity, sun, happiness, completion, finality of these cycles you can no longer live in. You have to look that raw, that deeply, if you truly want to heal. If you want to get off the carousel, the circus, out of the cycle, okay? So, and what you will come into is receiving, wish fulfillment, nurture, long term. This is someone dedicated, devoted, loyal, puts in the work, sees you as long term, right? Empress energy, and sees you as an empress. This person sees you as an empress, male or female, it doesn't matter. Temperance, you deserve the yin to your yang. Where you love, you deserve to receive that back. What you can't fulfill, or where someone helps you, you help them. Balance, patience, temperance. Let me pour into you, and I will pour into you, and vice versa. See, you're waiting. This is coming in. But whatever you need to get to the bottom of right now with this card, the old Deville card. I know I said the word before, but I get little flags. One found. When they check your video, 1 found, 2 found, 3 found. You're about to find and heal. Look at this. Healing, breakthrough. This is spirit bringing you a breakthrough. And you're going to realize and have a moment. And when you're healed, it's not a reaction. All of a sudden, you click into, I can't be around that anymore. I can't tolerate that, and I'm not doing it. You will do something and you'll go, I've never done that before in my entire life. I've never said no like that. I've never walked out like that. I've never said enough. I've never said, I didn't order that. Take it back. And you're not doing it with anger, malice, this, that. And that it's funny because I had that experience. It's so funny. You will go into an energy, and when we're talking about these things, the energy of, and this is what I want you to do now with the universe. If you know you have truly been a loving, caring, genuine person with genuine intention, you didn't go in with what you could get from that person. You went in with what you could give to that person, right? That's a genuine person. Like even if I, give true, genuine giving, or a true, genuine person doesn't need something from you. They might want to build, they might want to create, but they don't need it. That's how you tell. Okay? They'll support you no matter what. And if they show that and it keeps getting thrown in their face, then one day, yeah, they are going to draw a line, because they're human and they have boundaries. Okay, and you should have boundaries. You should have cut-up points. You should have deadlines, and you should have times where you completely shut doors. That's called self-protection, and that's called self-worth. Okay, and you've got to have it for yourself. But what was I going to say? It's time for you to be in the energy with the divine when you're a genuine person. And you say, universe, I wrote my list of what I wanted in a person, place, situation, life, environment. I've tried to manifest this. But you have to be genuinely sure you are also those qualities and you give those qualities. A lot of people are writing these lists because it's what they don't have and they don't give. And the level they want it back is a lack. So if you are manifesting and you're writing a list, you have to be a true vibrational alignment to that list. If you want this level of love, if you want, how many people say, I want a divine partner. I want my divine life partner. Have you done the spiritual work? Are you living a divine partner alignment and energetic commitment? It takes a lot of work to be in a divine commitment. Anyone can be in a karmic commitment. That's easy. It's no growth. It's toxic. It's same cycles over and over. No growth. Depletes your energy, brings you down, doesn't challenge you to change. In other ways, it's conflict. It's even if you are changing, you're in a very low vibration. This is high vibrational. You have to do the work. You have to walk the talk. You have to commit. You have to devote. You have to be genuine, honest, loyal, truthful. So if you're manifesting this and you don't, and you get it and it comes in and it goes out, two things are happening. You got to look at your programs, what you need to heal. If you go, yes, Lisa, I literally am this to people and I don't get it back, then you need to look at healing and your programs. If you're manifesting this and it comes in, comes out, comes in, comes out, but you're in that other sort of more toxic energy or it gets very toxic, you're not in alignment with what you're manifesting. And a lot of you, it doesn't come in, or if it comes in, it leaves really quickly. You're like, oh my God, there's a rare bird and I tried to catch it and it flew out really quickly. I had it in my hand for a while, had this divine moment in my hand, this divine connection, something I've never experienced before, and it landed in my hand and it flew out of my hand. I lost it. That's because you're not in alignment with it. And also look at programming. So that's going to help with the manifesting side to help get in true alignment. That's why they say you are what you attract or mirror, meaning your subconscious programming of how you feel safe, how you connect, how you have relationships, how you survive is all on your programming. Because I've had people going, but I'm not like that and I attract that. And people go, well, something's wrong with you. Why do you keep attracting that? You're so lovely. Like, you know, they're like, something's wrong with you. Something's not wrong with you. You're attracting exactly how you were treated or how you learned to survive, connect, and stay safe. Or that's all you've ever known. That was normal for you to do all the giving and not receiving. Maybe you were to people please. I don't know. Maybe you were to put others' needs before your own because someone always made you feel guilty, or you had to keep the house peaceful, or you saw someone sad as a child and you were like, oh, I never want people to feel that. And every time they feel that, I just, it's my weakness. I cave. And you'll attract people that play on that. You'll work it out because everybody is individual. There's no way. You would have to have a personal, session. But absolutely write it out, write yourself a letter, then burn the letter, release it, let go, because you are supposed to be coming, the rising phoenix from ashes, rising out of these ashes. And that is to do with your old karmic south node. Everything that's happening now is not coincidental, and it is showing you something, or forcing or enforcing growth or a truth or a reality. And that's what we're all experiencing. Nobody's getting out of that. See, where your self-imposed imprisonment, the hanged man, and where you're just so done, so broken, so over it. Okay? That's why this is happening. So if you're experiencing that now, Five of Pentacles, you're done. You're like, where's my temperance? Where's my future? Where's my balance? Where's my karma? Where's my good karma? And you should be asking the universe that. But do not do that if you're not prepared to also do that. A lot of people call in divine soulmates, karmic, good high vibrational, contracts, good karma. You have to be in balance with that, or you've just tripled your lesson. A lot of people they want it, but they don't want to do the work. They want it, but they don't want to compromise. They want it, but they don't want to sacrifice. They want it, but they don't want to be accountable. They want it, but they don't want to face the truth. It doesn't work like that. That's like saying, I want to be super fit, but never do a workout. Or I want to work out 3 times a year. It's the same energy. It's exactly the same energy. Oh, I want to get in alignment, but I want to party or every weekend. I want to be deeply spiritual and in path and whatever, but I want to jump in and out of that. And I want to actually choose toxic over the peace, but I want to do that. I want to harvest off someone else, but I want to build a solid thing over here with this person. Make it make sense. If you don't understand those basic concepts of life and you're not living them, I'd be very cautious about manifesting your karma and what you're building, the foundation that you're building from, and have a look at that, because it's just going to come back and hit you. Yep, the fates. And the fates are kind of saying you have to do the work now. You have to actually do it. Walk your talk. Yep, spiritual path. Star blessing, walk your talk. Do it. Align to it. You manifested it, now go do it. Don't come in here and ask me for the coin when you don't want to do the work. Don't come in here and ask me for an ice cream when you've got no money. Don't come in my store expecting me to give free and you don't want to do it, you don't want to do anything for it. No. Don't do that with the universe right now. Who knew? That was a big one this morning, but guys, we are going through. I've done a lot of talking. We have to get to the bottom and transform. See this? Old wounds, old hurts, betrayals. This is transformation. This is going, oh my God, I see the whole picture. I know why I'm choosing that. I know why they're choosing me. I know why. This is seeing it. This is going to release burden and move you forward. That's where you're going to be stuck. I don't know what that was. That was weird. So we will, I think it was a bird. Oh, I think it was a bird. Yeah. It'll be time to feed these king parrots. They're a little aggressive when they want something. Anyway, I hope this helps and you're able to sit and heal and have these clarities. It's about having clarities before the biggest epiphanies and coming into fulfillment, true fulfillment, not searching for fulfillment, actually knowing what it is and aligning to it and living it. Okay? Yeah, that's what true happiness and genuine happiness is. Finding your people, finding you, finding home and belonging and building a life there. Okay, that's what we're all working on and manifesting now. Okay, take care. Bye.